The palace of Zitherus gleamed with glassy spires, its walls shimmering under the twin suns. Yet inside those crystal halls chaos reigned, not from political strife or war, but from one small, defiant alien princess named Lyra. She was the daughter of Queen Seraphine, ruler of Zitherus, a woman known across the stars for her elegance and ruthlessness in politics. But with her child, she was utterly helpless. The problem wasn't that Lyra was spoiled, though she certainly acted like it. It was that she was lonely. And lonely children, whether human or alien, often acted out. In just 2 months, the queen had gone through 15 nannies. Some left in tears, others in fury, and one even fled the planet altogether. The palace staff whispered about the cursed princess, a child no one could tame. But then came Ethan Cole. He wasn't a nanny, nor a soldier, nor even a nobleman. He was the palace janitor. A single father from Earth, Ethan had taken the job years ago after his wife passed away, leaving him to raise his little boy, Daniel. His life was simple: mop floors, fix pipes, sweep crystal corridors, and keep his head down in the presence of alien royalty. Yet fate rarely respects the rules we set for ourselves. Chapter 1. The Queen's Breaking Point. Unacceptable. Queen Seraphine's voice cracked like thunder. A terrified alien nanny, trembling with violet skin and wide silver eyes, was escorted out of the throne room by guards. "That makes 15, muttered General Kale, her war advisor, standing at her side. "Perhaps the child simply." "She is not the child, she is my heir," Seraphine snapped. "And heirs do not run wild like feral beasts. She needs guidance, discipline." The princess herself burst into the throne room at that moment, her tiny wings flapping furiously, her cheeks flushed a deep lilac. "You can't make me stay with them," Lyra shouted. "They don't care about me." The queen pinched the bridge of her nose, her composure fracturing. Ruling an empire of 17 star systems was easier than raising this one little girl. And that was when Ethan, carrying a bucket and mop, accidentally walked into the throne room. Chapter 2. The Janitor's Interruption. Ethan froze. He had learned long ago that interrupting the queen was a death sentence. But Lyra's tear-streaked face stopped him from retreating. It reminded him too much of Daniel when he was smaller. Without thinking, Ethan spoke. "Maybe what she needs isn't another nanny." The entire throne room fell silent. The queen's golden eyes narrowed. "Excuse me, janitor." Ethan swallowed hard. "Forgive me, your majesty. Sometimes kids don't need someone to control them. They just need someone to listen." Seraphine bristled, ready to order his execution for such insolence. But Lyra tugged on Ethan's sleeve with surprising gentleness. "You're the only one who hasn't yelled at me." The queen studied her daughter's softened expression, something she hadn't seen in months. "Against all logic," she said. "Very well. Janitor, you will serve as her caretaker. Effective immediately." Ethan's jaw dropped. "Wait, what? Clean floors? I'm not." "Do not refuse me," Seraphine cut him off, her voice low and dangerous. "Or you'll find yourself cleaning the inside of a black hole." Ethan sighed. "Guess I'm a nanny now." Chapter 3. The Princess and the Janitor. The first day was brutal. Lyra tested Ethan with every trick in the book, hiding his mop, spilling crystal ink on the walls, and even locking him in a closet. But instead of yelling or giving up, Ethan simply rolled up his sleeves and said, "If you're done, maybe you could help me clean this up." Lyra blinked. "Help you?" "Yeah. Makes the work go faster." To her own surprise, she did. Together they scrubbed the walls, her little wings fluttering as she reached the higher spots while Ethan steadied her. For the first time she laughed. A real laugh, not the mocking giggle she used to drive away nannies. The palace staff whispered in shock. The impossible princess was behaving. By the end of the week, Ethan was telling Lyra bedtime stories about Earth, about a boy named Daniel, about how he missed him while working long hours. "You have a daughter too?" Lyra asked one night. "A son," Ethan said softly. He's about your age. I take this job so he has food, school, and a future. But it means I don't see him as much as I'd like. Lyra grew quiet. For the first time, she understood she wasn't the only lonely child in the galaxy. Chapter 4. The Queen Watches. Queen Seraphine did not trust easily, least of all humans. To her, they were fragile, short-lived, and often too sentimental. But curiosity made her watch. She saw her daughter sitting at dinner without tantrums, saw her listening eagerly as Ethan taught her Earth games, saw her hug him after a scraped knee instead of screaming for guards. More shocking still, Seraphine noticed something else stirring. A strange warmth whenever she saw Ethan smile at Lyra, the kind of warmth she hadn't felt since before she became queen. General Kale noticed too. You are allowing this man too much influence over the princess, he warned. He is beneath us. Seraphine's golden eyes narrowed. And yet he succeeds where all others have failed. Chapter 5. Trouble in the Palace. Not everyone welcomed Ethan's success. Noble families who had offered countless candidates for nanny positions were furious that a janitor, a human, was favored by the queen. Whispers spread. Ethan must be manipulating her, using the princess to climb in status. Some plotted to disgrace him. One night, Ethan found his quarters ransacked. His meager possessions, a picture of Daniel, a locket from his late wife, were missing. Lyra burst into tears when she learned, vowing revenge. But Ethan knelt to her level. No, kiddo. Revenge won't fix this. Sometimes the best way to win is to prove them wrong. We'll show them together. So Lyra behaved even better. She studied harder, trained longer, and held her head high at official events, with Ethan always nearby, steady as a mountain. Chapter 6. A Bond Forged in Fire. The true test came during the Festival of Stars, when all Zytherian nobility gathered in the capital. Midway through the celebration, assassins from a rival planet struck, aiming to capture the princess. Chaos erupted. Guards clashed with shadowy figures. The queen was rushed to safety, but Lyra was left cornered. Ethan didn't hesitate. Armed with nothing but his mop, he charged the attackers. He fought like a desperate father, protecting not just a princess but a child who had become family. One assassin raised a blade, but Lyra, remembering Ethan's lessons, grabbed a tray and smacked it into the attacker's head. Together they scrambled until the guards arrived. When the dust settled, Seraphine rushed to her daughter, only to find her clinging to Ethan. He saved me, mother. He always saves me. The queen's heart softened, the steel around it cracking. For the first time, she truly looked at Ethan, not as a janitor, not as a nuisance, but as a man who had given her daughter something she could not, unconditional care.